Major life transitions don't just change our schedules. They often remove the structure people rely on daily. The motivation, the want to keep progress, is still there. What's missing is the external scaffolding that made those behaviors consistent. Most solutions rely on apps, notifications, or paper trackers, tools that many users eventually ignore, silence, or simply abandon. So, we designed something different. Something that lives in your space, not just in your pocket. We're SolhHex, and this is Daylight. People don't fail because they don't care. They fail when structure disappears. Many rely on external systems to stay in control. Medication, care plans, routines built around them. When external support disappears, self-confidence, discipline, and stability can collapse. Scaffolding exists to support progress while something stronger is being built. Once the stability returns, it fades into the background. Daylight, a physical habit board and companion app, applies this principle to everyday behaviors. Here's how Daylight works. Habits are set through the app, with optional guided suggestions based on the user's goals and where they are in their journey. Each habit is linked to a specific tile and color, creating a clear visual cue in the home. When the user sees the board, the color acts as a quiet reminder, bridging the gap between remembering and doing, especially during moments of fatigue or uncertainty. Unlike traditional habit trackers, Daylight works through physical presence and tactile feedback. When a habit is completed, it's acknowledged by pressing the tile flush to the board. At the end of the day, a short reflection happens, focusing on noticing patterns rather than judging outcomes. Daylight is designed for moments where structure disappears and people are expected to self-regulate overnight. After medication ends, during transitions towards independent living, chronic illnesses, and long-term mental health recovery. GLP-1 transition is our primary case study because it exposes this problem clearly. A sudden loss of structure, self-trust, and behavioral regulation.
So I've been using Daylight for the last month, giving it a trial to see how it gets on, and it's really helping me to build my habits, slowly build one at a time. So I'm not just saying every Monday, let's start again, walking and drink my water, do everything like that. This takes it one step at a time, and I find it's really helping me to build habits, build good habits, and not feel too under pressure. I find that it's visual, it's very good that I can look at it and say, oh, what have I left to do? What colour have I left to press? And I feel a great sense of achievement when it's all done at the end. I can look at it and go, I've done all that.
Daylight is positioned as a premium direct-to-consumer system addressing a commercially underserved transition period within a growing behaviour support market. With the per-unit costs of €44 and the retail price of €124, our hardware plus subscription model supports scalable production, recurring revenue, and long-term engagement, enabling break-even within the first 3 years as volume increases. Daylight doesn't replace discipline or motivation. It restores structure when people need it most. It is not simply a nice habit tracker. It is designed to make routines more visible, more physical, and harder to overlook during periods of disruption. Our initial beachhead market consists of individuals discontinuing GLP-1 medications. This segment is highly motivated and actively seeking habit support. Over 2 million people are currently prescribed GLP-1 treatments in Europe, with projected growth at around 10 to 16% into 2030. As prescription volumes rise, the number of individuals facing the transition of treatment will also increase, expanding demand for structured behavioral support. Once validated, Daylight can expand to our other users, such as adults with additional needs living independently for the first time, and individuals leaving inpatient mental health care. Daylight is positioned specifically for the vulnerability window where habits exist, but consistency becomes fragile. This is often where people drop off and lose their progress. What makes Daylight different is that it's designed around how behavior actually plays out in everyday life. Through interviews with psychologists and user testing, 2 principles consistently emerged: environmental cueing and tactile completion feedback. Existing tools like MyFitnessPal and bullet journaling place most of the burden on the user to remember, check in, and stay disciplined. Daylight shifts that burden into the environment itself, using ambient light and physical interaction to keep routines visible without adding notification fatigue. Importantly, Daylight is also designed for habit fatigue. Traditional tracking systems penalize missed days, causing disengagement. Daylight is structured to support soft re-entry, focusing on identifying patterns through reflection rather than judgment, allowing users to resume without friction or perceived failure. This re-engagement design reduces abandonment risk and extends both behavioral and product lifespan beyond the novelty effect. Our 64% gross margin allows room for customer acquisition spending while maintaining strong per unit profit. Beyond the initial purchase, revenue expansion occurs through app subscription. This layered model increases lifetime value while leveraging the hardware base. Initial production will use outsourced component manufacturing with final assembly managed in-house by us to maintain quality and cost control. Our focus is direct-to-consumer, selling Daylight through our own online platform. We plan to reach early users through highly targeted digital campaigns alongside the online communities where people are already actively seeking habit support during periods of change. We predict expansion opportunities through strategic partnerships, enabling higher volume distribution. Our defensibility lies in integrating behavioral science into a physical product ecosystem. While digital habit apps compete on features, Daylight competes on environmental integration, creating structural visibility, higher switching costs, and stronger retention dynamics. Over time, behavioral data and optimization further strengthen platform differentiation. Today, Daylight is at an advanced prototype stage with in-home testing completed and strong directional feedback. Our next focus is manufacturing refinement, preparing the system for reliable, scalable production while continuing to learn from early users. We believe the future of behavior change is not more notifications, but better designed environments. Daylight is our first step towards building that future.